episode 5, brother. This is great. Welcome back to Two in the Blue, our podcast. I am your host, John Flounder, here with my co-host, Steve. Interesting week we had going on, especially for me. A lot to talk about. Two in the Blue. Don't forget, please, while you're out there, like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, please. We're at 37 right now. We'd like to, by our next week, by our next podcast, we'd like to get up to 50. So if you can help us out, it costs nothing to subscribe. Just go on YouTube, click this little subscribe button, and that kind of helps us out. So we appreciate it. Get our likes out there, get our follows, get our subscribers, and we appreciate the support so far, man. Our numbers have bumped up quite a bit in a week.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been.
I'd like to start with just a general public service announcement to the masses. When you drive by a construction zone, stop hitting cones. Is it possible?
Yes, it's very possible,
Bro,
actually.
I put a lane shift out, 12-foot lanes. Sometimes the lanes are wider than the actual lane that is provided by the road. And motherfuckers in Mazda Miatas can't stay in a 12-foot lane without hitting a cone. You got 18-wheelers just rolling through, no problem.
No problem.
Don't even sniff a cone. And then the fucking Fiat comes through.
You know why? Because
blast.
there's a problem. Oh, let me take a picture and a video. Put your fucking camera down and just drive.
Unless you're watching Two in the Blue.
Right, unless you're watching Two in the Blue.
On YouTube.
But please, pause when you come to a construction zone and just wait till you get past the construction zone, then turn this back on because we want you paying attention.
It's unfucking believable, dude.
It really is.
It's really annoying. It's not safe.
It's not.
Because someone has to pick it up.
Right, and they wonder why like we're out there grumpy and stuff because we try to do the best we can to stay safe and just people.
I saw a guy in a truck. It was before the crew got out into the shift. This guy in a truck was weaving, like I set up a fucking race course for him personally.
No, he's just serpentining cones.
Fucking cocksucker.
I had somebody doing that out on 295 when I worked on the 295 job. Somebody did it, and a cop pulled him over immediately.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I requested cops for moving forward in this project. We're gonna have a cop every day for this exact reason.
Amen to that.
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, got that off my chest.
So, dumb things of the week. I actually have one. I got a good one this week, and it's me.
I would like to hear from you.
Yes. Before we get started on that, yes. The dumb things of the week. Let's hear what your dumb things of the week are. If you went through a construction zone, if you're in construction, throw it in the comments. We will mention it in the next episode. We'll talk about it, and it'll give us a little bit of a little something to talk about. So go ahead and drop in the comments what your dumb thing of the week was at work. It could be construction. It could be what you saw in construction. It could be going through a site.
It could be a stupid commercial.
Yeah, it could be.
Whatever you want. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the election coming up, there's a lot of dumb commercials out right now. So my dumb thing of the week, it was me. I, as you can tell, I'm fighting a little something, a little congestion in my chest. But I was in bad shape earlier in the week. I went in the weekend, started feeling a little like sinus pressure, which I thought this time of year, sinuses, you know what I mean? Like we used to pick on people, when they had you had the summertime cold.
Yeah.
I mean, you were probably doing some extracurricular activity you shouldn't have been doing. No, you can get a summertime cold. According to my wife, she is a nurse. You can get a summertime cold. Well, I believe I got summertime COVID. So, and listen, come at me. I don't give a fuck. Whether you got vaccinated, you're not vaccinated, whatever, I'm vaccinated. I don't fucking care if you didn't. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't. Okay? We're both alive, and that's all that matters to me. So, come at me or don't, okay, with your fucking vaccination
Was it COVID?
theory. Yes. I did. In the hospital,
You passed the test?
In the hospital, I was negative.
Yeah.
So, back it up. Sunday, I started feeling a little something. Monday, I go to work, and I get to the job site, and all of a sudden, I start feeling off. I end up throwing up twice. I just told the foreman, listen, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to go sit in the truck. If you need, it's a vac truck. If you need me to do anything, I won't tell you no. Just come get me. But, dude, I'm in bad shape right now. The dumb part of that, this is where the dumb part comes in, is I should have went the fuck home.
Yeah.
But I stayed out there for 9-10 hours, sat in the truck, got out and did a little bit here and there. They were pissed off. The crew was pissed off. Obviously, in our industry, if you're sick, no one fucking believes you anyhow.
Yeah.
So I get through the day on Monday. Tuesday, I get out to work. I went right home Monday, got some good rest, felt a little better on Tuesday, got out to the job, started working, helping out. Boom, boom. I get about 3 hours into it, and all of a sudden I hit a wall. And it was hot. Don't get me wrong. It was hot Tuesday, but we've done this. I've worked in asphalt in this heat. The heat doesn't bother me. And I know I'm a big guy. It's very stereotypical. When I walk out to the job, here comes big fucking fat guy, and he can't hang and he can't work. And it's just, that's not true. I can work. I still got I'm 45. I may be big, but I got enough left in me. I can hang with the young guys. And that's what was throwing me off. I knew I could do more. I knew I could. But here I was. I put 3 shovels in the ground. And I mean, I'm drenched in sweat, can't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. I was getting lightheaded. I almost passed out. So I ended up telling the superintendent. I was like, he come up to the job, and I'm like, yo, you got to take me to the ER. So I ended up going to the emergency room. Long story short, I got to the emergency room. My blood levels were all fucked up. They did a CAT scan on my chest. Listen, first of all, the hospitals just don't give out CAT scans. So if I was getting a CAT scan on my chest, some things were coming up that they were worried about, because they're not just going to throw a CAT scan out there. Insurance companies don't want to pay for it. So ended up being at the hospital. I tested negative, but I got home and I got worse. When I got home, I got some fluids. I felt better, but throughout that night, all day Wednesday and all day Thursday. So from Tuesday afternoon when I got home till this morning, I was in bed for 2.5 days straight. Oh. Literally just to get up to pee, and I barely had the energy to do that. My wife tested me. I was COVID positive, which I kind of recognized from the last time I had it a couple years ago. It's exactly, it wiped me out. I literally could not get up out of bed. It was bad. And on Wednesday night, I was about ready to tell my wife to take me back to the hospital, because something just wasn't right. It was fucked up. So if you're wondering if COVID's still out there, yes, it's probably another strand. Yes. I don't know, whatever you believe in, if it's the flu, whatever. Either way, whatever it had, I had it. So
were you working?
But my dumb thing was, know your limits, right? Know your fucking limits. I didn't have to be out there at work. I should have just was on, but I just started. I didn't want to upset nobody. I didn't want to go home. I want to try to prove to the guys I'm not fucking worthless. And here, I'm only 2 weeks into this new job, and here I am getting sick. You know how that looks. You're in construction. It happens all the time. Know your limits. You're worthless if you're hurt or you're sick, and you go out there and you get more sick or get hurt, or if you get the rest of the crew sick and hurt, then what was the point by sticking it out and being tough? So that was me. I was dumb. I should have listened to myself. I should have got the proper rest. So hopefully Tuesday when I go back, everything's fine.
Yeah, water under the bridge.
Yeah. So that was my little long-winded, but that was my dumb thing of the week. It was me.
Were you working during the 2020, like COVID?
Yes. I was essential, because at the time I was a superintendent for a traffic signal company.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were considered essential.
Wasn't that a weird time to be on the road, dude?
It was very weird. Like, nobody was out.
No, dude.
It was spooky sometimes. Like, especially in the morning when you go down a highway, you're looking around, you're like, where the fuck is the traffic?
Yeah.
It was like, I Am Legend. Like, everything's empty.
Waiting for deer to just start walking in a fucking experience.
And honestly, you were seeing more. If everybody remembers, you were seeing like more animals that you normally, like foxes, like stuff that you normally didn't see. They're more skittish. Things were coming out because people were home. Nobody was out.
Yeah, we were I was on a job on the Ocean City Bridge, like that big long motherfucker, and it was like probably the scariest point of COVID. Like no one had any understanding of it yet. I mean, it was just like all you heard was you're gonna die if you get it. We're out there. And one of the guys calls out sick. All right. The foreman's breaking his balls. He's like just a cocksucker, dude. Like, I hate this guy. Right. So he's like, he's breaking this guy's balls. Next day, foreman comes in. He's sick. Right. And I'm like, oh, God, here we go. It's coming. We're all dying.
Right. We're all getting it.
Right. So we're working on this bridge, dude. And this guy's sick, and he will not go home. He thinks we can't handle, like, cleaning out scuppers on the bridge without him. Right. Yeah. Not that he does anything anyway. Okay. Right. So, this motherfucker's sweating, he's sneezing, he's coughing, right? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like God, I'm dead, Right, you're done. So, at the end of, I had to put out two traffic patterns that day. One for the first half of the day, one for the second half of the day. We get done the first pattern, I'm picking it up, and this guy, the only time he got out of his truck all day, he's picking up my cones, right? And he is just dripping sweat on these cones, dude. Yep. And I finished doing this pattern. I'm like, dude, if you don't go home, I am. Like, I'm done. Right?
Right. I don't want to be around you.
They end up laying me off, dude. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable. Yeah. But that's listen.
I was pissed, dude.
I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I was the same way, drenched. And and don't get me wrong, I'm a sweater. I do sweat a lot. But this was like excessive. Like I looked like I was going through withdrawal.
Yeah.
Like I was soaked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
looking back, I feel like a total pussy for leaving, but. At the time, I was. At the time, I mean, it was like we had a young. Listen, Steven was super young. It was like
you had to make a choice that you felt was best for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
My mom came and picked me up.
Right? Yeah. Fuck
what a
it.
Pussy. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. It don't matter. So what's your dumb thing of the week?
All right. So we. I talked about it a little bit earlier. Put the lane shift out. It was a little bit of a longer lane shift, so there's a little bit more to maintain. You got to keep your eye on the cones, or just a snowball out of about a half mile long in each direction. And so I give traffic plenty of space when I do lane shifts. Like I make damn sure that it's going to fit a garbage truck. Whatever comes through there, it's going to fit. So I put this lane shift out, and some asshole had a mailbox 18 inches off of their property line into the shoulder, right? Like it stuck out that far. It was one of them gargantuan mailboxes,
okay.
Like that no one ever has that much mail,
right?
Right. But it was there, and it was sticking all the way out. And so traffic's going by. It's like 3 hours go by. All of a sudden you hear boom, right? Dude wasn't paying attention, wasn't hugging the cones, was just like totally, I don't know what they were doing, rubbernecking, I don't know, texting, hit this thing, right? They call the cops. The cops are basically like, well, pay attention next time.
Right.
But they knocked the mailbox further into the lane. So now, 20 minutes later, boom.
Oh, my God.
Dude, the homeowner's not home. We can't even, they got a garden around the fucking post. We can't pull it out of the ground. So, dude, had to put like a taper just for the mailbox.
Was it one of the ones that had
and they're trying to blame us.
That had like the brick building built around their mailbox?
No. But this thing stood. Most of the time, dude, sometimes my side view mirror.
And it still stood.
Yeah, more than twice. I mean, after that, you just heard like dink, like once every 30 minutes.
Oh, there's a mailbox.
Jesus, dude. But they tried blaming the contractor. Like, dude, first of all, I'm pretty sure 10 feet is a minimum lane width, according to
I believe
New
9
Jersey,
or 10, something like
New
that.
Jersey Department of Transportation's 10-foot minimum width.
Yeah.
I give them 13 easily,
right.
the whole way, which is larger than an actual lane is 12. Mm-hmm. So they get more in my shift than they do between the yellow and the white. So to try and blame the contractor or something like that, I mean, it's definitely the homeowner's fault. There are like ordinances. Your mailbox has to be
I'm sure.
behind the, you can't.
And this is when it
sticking
comes
out
up.
into the shoulder.
Like this guy was like, fuck this, fuck the town. I'm putting the mailbox where I want.
Yeah.
It's never going to come up.
All
It's
right,
never going to
buddy.
be an issue until we go out there and then we're doing a lane shift.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like that right away. But that right away is a big factor when that shit comes along.
Yeah. So not only was traffic hitting cones, they were also hitting mailboxes. It was
it's a great dumb thing of the week.
It was pretty dumb.
That's people for you, man. That is. Tell me a little bit about this hat, dude. What is it? I love this hat.
This is I think it's a whiskey brand. My future brother-in-law works for a distributor, like an alcohol distributor, and he just hooked me up with this hat.
It's a great hat. It's a sharp looking hat.
Speaking of stuff I'm wearing,
okay.
Shout out to Chimney Rustic Ale.
Chimney.
Yeah.
Here in Hamilton.
Right here in Hamilton.
They're
local brewery.
Local brewery. Very good. When I was a drinker, I did frequent there quite a bit. They have a great, excellent local brewery, good people, right there next to Marcello's, walking distance to Marcello's. To go in there, go there, have yourself a beer. You won't regret it. Good atmosphere, good people there.
Yeah, very good. So I go there, checked out the Vienna Lager. Shit was dope, dude.
Do they still make a mango seltzer?
I'm not into that, so I didn't check. I actually took a picture.
They had a mango seltzer, and it was delicious. They actually put fresh mango in it.
I want to see.
It was fantastic.
I took a picture.
While you're looking for that, let me tell the audience. Listen, here at Two in the Blue, we are offering for small businesses locally. If you're out there, if you want to plug and you'd like to come on, right now we're offering it for free. Like Chimney, if you're a local landscaper or something like that, if you'd like to get a plug. Drop it in the comments. Let us know. Give us a follow and subscribe, and we'll plug you out there. Right now, we like to get some free advertisement out there for people if you're interested. So definitely hit us up, like Chimney here.
Yeah, watermelon lemonade seltzer.
Okay.
Titled Yes.
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 The water. I bet you it's good.
Look at his beard though, right beneath that. Kevin. He said, so I was talking to the owner, right? And he said, typically, like, you name, like, I guess, beers after women.
Okay.
And he wanted to represent the men.
Oh.
He didn't know.
I didn't know that.
He didn't know any Kevin, so he said Kevin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Everything fine. 6.7 IPL. Was that, I'm reading that right? An IPL? The second one down on the Mocha.
I don't know what the hell that means.
IPL, but I tell you what, 6.7. Everything will feel fine after about 3 or 4.
I tried that Especial they got though.
Okay.
Awesome.
Very lager.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good. Actually,
let me tell you what these breweries, why people are liking them. Because honestly, this is what beer is supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
Like, this is why people didn't give a shit when, people were like boycotting Bud Light. You should have boycotted Bud Light a long time ago because the beer fucking sucked. Like, like when you're drinking these beers, like Miller Lite, Miller High Life, and don't get me wrong, I was a Miller High Life guy, Miller Lite, but real beer is supposed to taste like what these microbreweries put out. That's what beer's supposed to taste like. So remember now, when you go to these microbreweries, it's like, it's a little bitter or a little strong. This is what beer is actually supposed to taste like.
Yes.
So shout out to Chimney, man.
Shout out to Chimney. Yeah.
Chimney Rustic Ale. We're here in Hamilton.
Yeah. So we put out we invented a challenge.
I seen this. This is great. It took me a little by surprise because obviously I was a little under the weather. So, but this 6-cone challenge, I freaking love it. Yeah. And listen, if you're out there, you see this challenge, we have it posted. Go out there, do the challenge. And you were saying something about some hard hat stickers.
Yeah, anyone who can complete the challenge will get an exclusive 2 in a Blue hard hat sticker. They're not even made yet. That's how exclusive.
That's exclusive. That's more exclusive than you even know.
And send your fails. Like, we want to see you fail.
Yeah,
we don't want to see everyone just pick these motherfuckers up.
Yeah, 6 cones. It's hard, dude. With one hand, it's pretty freaking hard. I was impressed when you stacked them, but you couldn't get the 6 up.
It's not. I don't know how to do. Like, so you gotta squeeze beneath the furthest cone down.
Yeah,
I'll give you guys a hint. You got. That's where your squeeze point. So if you look, when I'm stacking them, I'm moving my hand down every time. But you get to the point on that last one, and you could squeeze as hard as you want. You're not hitting that.
You're probably not.
So I was trying to bend my wrist a little bit to like angle it some just to catch it.
Yeah.
You need strong wrists, strong grip strength. It's going to take like a strong.
There was a legend.
Someone with a huge hand.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I love this challenge because you do have to have strong grips. It reminded me of. It may be a folklore, it may be a legend. I want to give it. This is to the Donio family. This is Big Jack Donio, legend in this town. There was something about that he could take a 10-pound sledgehammer and hold his arm straight and lift it just turning his wrist like this by his side and lift the hammer up and make it touch his shoulder.
God damn!
You know how hard that is.
He could definitely do the 6-cone challenge.
Oh, I'm sure he probably could. He could probably do a 10-cone challenge. So. But yes, go out there, do this challenge. Yeah. We want to see.
I would love to see.
We want to see you doing it.
I want to see someone win. Yeah,
post it out there.
Yeah, local. Did you see local 731? It's the I think it's the Bronx.
Yeah, they're laborers too, right? Yeah,
yeah, and they were talking shit, dude. It's like, yo, we did 3 miles for a month picking up cones.
But can you pick up 6? That's
all
all I want to know.
Can you pick up 6 at a time?
That's all I want to know.
That's
can
what
you
I'm
pick up 6
saying.
at one time? Because I don't know.
I guess they use barrels up there. He said.
Did you see Wayne on there? Wayne from 172. Wayne has done everything.
Yeah.
By the way, Wayne, I love you.
Yeah.
Wayne has done everything. If you put it out there, Wayne's done it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Good dude, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Hot this week, dude.
Another hot one. It finally cooled down today.
Very hot.
If you didn't know, today's Friday.
Fridays for the boys.
Yes, fantastic Friday, TGIF. If I was working, I'd have been 410s. I've been off anyhow, which is fantastic. But we got a little rain today, much needed.
Yeah.
So dry out, much needed today. I think, and tomorrow, right? We're getting a little rain tomorrow. So.
Do you think you should caution our followers to drink water?
Yeah. Oh, yes. 100. If you're not drinking water, you're wrong. Water. Stay hydrated. Water. Just water. 8 canteens a day. I think I'm hydrated, and then I try to drink a gallon at night.
Yeah.
Hydrate yourself and go to fucking work. 4 canteen for every hour. Water. 332. It's like 33 ounces. Water. If you're not drinking water, you're wrong. Drink just water, and that's just to stay minimally hydrated.
Yeah.
This was great. I can't even get mad at that.
That might be the best thing we made so far.
That is fucking fantastic. I can't even get mad at that. Yes, because if not, you will end up in the ER. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for me, it wasn't just dehydration. I was slightly dehydrated. It was a mixture of everything. And, you know, or as my boss would say, my vagina needed to be cleaned. So he goes, I don't think anything. He goes, I'm not mad at you guys. I just think you're less of a man now. That's what he told me. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Speaking of good videos,
what do we got this week?
We put a good one out, man.
Oh man,
we got some.
Is it another one about water?
No, it's the crash truck.
Yo, this crash truck video.
Look at this jerk off, dude. Oh wait, how do I do this?
So this thing got like
$1 billion.
Is like our crash truck video? It was like over 300,000 plays. That's like nuts.
All right, so let's take a look at this video. Look at this guy.
Do not pass. Clear on the back of the crash truck. Do not pass. This guy's going to try to pass anyhow. Double line. So you have two options.
Yeah.
One, wait. Right? Until you're signaled by somebody. Or if you're that impatient, bang the K-turn, you know what I mean? And UE and go the other way. The one thing you're not going to do is go around this fucking crash truck like this guy's trying to do. The crash truck even cuts him off at one point. Multiple times. And he still is going to try to squeeze through. I love the comments, by the way, about the bicycle. Oh, it's a bicycler. They're Democrats. The comment section was fucking classic. Yeah. It was absolutely great with this comment section with this. And you're right. It could have been any number of assholes that have been in this car. And if you were there was one person, I was like, if you're defending this person in the van or this with this bike on the back, if you're defending that person, you're probably the asshole in that driver's seat.
Yeah.
Because this is the most ridiculous thing. There's a reason why the truck's there.
This happens all the time. I don't get why. I don't get like the attitude of the motorist. Like what they could possibly be thinking when they just like blatantly ignore what's going. Like these signs, they're signs that construction crews put out, but they're lawful signs. Like you have to listen to the sign. If you see a stop sign that a construction crew puts up, you gotta fucking stop.
I got news for you. If that crash truck was a cop car, you wouldn't have been passing.
No, fuck no.
So that's what I understand.
Yeah.
And if there was a cop in front of you trying to pass, guess what? You were probably getting a ticket. So.
Yeah. And look, this guy in the crash truck is really just trying. He's trying to help this guy.
Yeah. Right.
Because you got traffic coming in the opposite direction.
Because not only that, what about like. What's going on ahead of the road? We're stopping you from passing for a reason.
Yeah.
Is there a hole in the road?
Yeah.
Is there people in the road? You don't even. Yeah. Is there an accident? Is there a tree across the road?
Then he finally gets out. Get the fuck out of the road!
Get the fuck out of the road! Right.
Been there.
Right.
Oh.
Cheers to that fucking guy.
I love this video. Yeah.
I love it. Some people, that's what they need. Just get the fuck. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So and at this point, the guy had every right to jump out the truck and holler because he was trying to, clearly with a sign that says "Do not pass," and blocking his car was still going to try to pass. Completely tunnel vision with these people.
It's as if they don't even.
It's like they don't see it.
Like they're just like.
It's the complete tunnel vision. And that's just. I guess it's human nature.
He's trying to pass this guy here.
I don't know.
Oh, I guess he swerved at the same time as me.
What a bunch of assholes. I can't. Yeah. I can't stand people.
What are you gonna do? Talking about assholes.
Mm-hmm.
The state of New Jersey.
Oh boy.
Has issued a. There's a new fee for having an electric vehicle now. You have to pay on top of your registration fee. You have to pay an additional $250 annually with your registration for owning an electric vehicle.
This is what you fucking read. This is what you get.
Yeah, and you got to pay 4 years in advance.
This is
so
what
$1,000 a pop.
This is what you fucking get. This is what you get. Use one of the electric cars. Yeah. Use one of all this. Because it's gonna and when climate change and it's gonna fix.
Look at this.
Oh, is America? When was the last time America was the only country on the planet? I mean, we are the best on the planet, but when was we the only ones on the planet? Like us going to electric is gonna save the fucking climate. Like, knock it off. Climate changes. It's what it does. It's done it for thousands of years. There was an ice age. Mm-hmm. There was supposed to be a big fire. That's called climate change. It's going to change. Mm-hmm. No matter what you do, maybe it speeds it up, maybe it slows it down, but it's never going to not change.
I like the electric vehicles. I got a problem with them. I'm not sure how much they help the environment.
If they want to do emission, if they want to do stuff for
I'm sure
emissions,
there's studies out there. I just haven't read
Here's
them.
my thing about electric vehicles. And it's weird because I just watched this movie last night with my wife, and I'm going to forget the name. Julia Roberts is in it. It's on Netflix. Leave the world.
Yeah.
Leave the
That's
world
a fucking
behind.
awesome movie, dude.
Let me tell you something. It's about this right here. It's about everything going electric, and other countries
having a
came
computer.
in. Yeah, having computer that you're relying everything on computers and electric. And during the movie, apparently, like it was trying to insinuate that the enemy, the other countries, were coming in and scrambling our grids and scrambling the what's the electric the
everything has a fucking computer
right and radars. And all of a sudden, they try to get on a highway, and all these Teslas are stacked up, and they're rammed into each other because there's nothing controlling them now, and they're running on an autopilot, and they're just smashing into each other. So that's what worries me about electric. You know,
every vehicle has a computer, though.
You got to have fossil fuel. Like, what do you can't. We still deliver things by train and by tractor trailers. And all these things, like, where are you going to fill up at? Where are you going to put? They're trying their best to put these electric things out there, these charging stations. They're not the same. And if you get attacked by something that can scramble or kill a battery, you're screwed. You're screwed. So, I mean, if you want to implement electric cars, I see nothing wrong with it. You can, but for them to, like, there was one thing out there by, like, 2035, everything was, like, they want to try to have everything changed over to electric.
New Jersey, that's what I was kind of getting at. Is in, I think it was 2020. Murphy says we're not allowed to sell any more new gas or diesel vehicles in the state of New Jersey. Not allowed to sell any more.
And when was that?
By 2035. In 2020, I believe he said it.
Yeah.
And now they're punishing everyone.
Right. So now we're going to make you, not only are we going to make you buy electric, now we're going to tax you and charge you again because, hey, that's what we fucking do as a stupid fucking government is we tax everything or charge. And that's what we need in New Jersey. We need one more thing to pay for in New Jersey. This is so ridiculous.
They were giving them easy pass breaks, like deductions, tax deductions out the ass. Like, you got like a $500 deduction for putting a charging station at your house. Like, they were giving away fucking money to get people to get these electric vehicles, and now people have the electric vehicles, and they're like,
well,
about
these electric vehicles. How about the cost of just changing one of these batteries in an electric vehicle?
Yeah, they're rated for like 1,000,000 miles.
Yeah, well, what if it doesn't? Is everything foolproof? There's nothing that's foolproof.
No.
So, like, you're going to have problems.
I trust Tesla. You know, I don't know that I would trust like an electric Ford or.
I don't trust any of them.
Yeah.
There was somebody who was saying that
their Cybertrucks are bad to the bone.
I heard fucking cool. I think they're the ugliest fucking thing in the world.
They are, dude. This guy at work, I seen one, and I'm like, just me and the inspector, like, dude, this fucking thing's badass. And this guy walks out of the store, and he's like, oh, dude, check this out. And dude, like, you can't, like, there's no handle. You just push buttons, and the motherfucker does whatever you want. Like, he pushed a button, and you know how like they don't look like a truck?
Yeah.
Well, this thing fucking like, zzz, and it turns into like. And then you got to pick up. He said he had a diesel like F350 before this, and he said it tows better than the 350.
Maybe it does.
And he pushes a button, dude. This thing raises, like it just goes, and it's like Scott. You can see the whole suspension kit like underneath the truck, and then you push a button,
back down. See, I just think
it's cool, man.
I listen. I love technology.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a firm believer too that, like, you know, God didn't create people and didn't expect that people weren't going to come up with these creations.
Yeah.
Okay. So this technology, these creations are fantastic. I just think when you rely on one thing, electric.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to like bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I think they're fucking cool.
Because even our gas vehicles that have electrical problems is a freaking nuisance.
Yeah. I like electric vehicles. Not opposed to getting one myself.
Right.
But don't jam it down my throat. And then if you're going to jam it down my throat, please don't tax me extra. Don't charge me a fucking $250.
Jam it down my throat. You're going to punch me in the wallet. So basically, it's
yeah. Spit on it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Fucking what a shit show this place is. So let's charge people for electric cars in advance too. Yeah. Up front, 4 years up front.
I saw Lee Boy came out with an electric paver.
Stop.
They had the fucking electric thing. Yeah.
How we?
I don't know if it was a concept or if it was bullshit.
How are we going to lube up the paver? How you gonna lube the paver up? Soapy water.
It probably takes hydraulic oil. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
How you gonna lube the paver up now without diesel fluid?
Just spray.
How we cleaning our tools off, guys? You guys do. Everybody does asphalt. How you clean the tools off? A little soapy
Well, you can
water.
spray the diesel. You just can't burn it.
No, well, what if they're they're getting rid of it? So if they're getting rid of it, they had no more diesel vehicles. What do they
Well,
need
there's gonna be
diesel
plenty
for?
of diesel to clean shovels because it's going to be just like soap.
Fossil fuels is going to be gone. They're going to be getting rid of them.
Well, I can't. They're just
That's what they
there.
want to do.
Well, they'll come back. Is your gas bill out of control? Speaking of which,
I haven't seen you. You asked me something the other day. I thought you said the water bill.
That was the water. I forgot to pay, so it was 2 water bills. Dude, well, I went online and they put like your property tax is like I thought I was looking at my water bill, but I was looking at my property tax bill, which was paid. So it said you were $0. I didn't realize, I didn't see how to navigate the website.
Right.
I never did. I usually just go there and give them money.
Right.
And then leave. But I went there and I was like, maybe I just paid extra last time, because I usually sometimes I'll do that. I'll just give them enough for 2 quarters or whatever. But no, I fucked up.
My father used to read the paper all the time to make sure.
Oh, dude, your name.
Make sure your name
was
wasn't
in
in the
the
paper. They put your fucking name
my
in.
Uncle Ralph calls it.
Yeah, my father.
Right,
Like, why?
what about?
Oh, Jesus Christ, your sister didn't pay. It's what a disgrace. She's got to use our name.
I'm moving.
Because I'm like, oh my God, Dad. I think they actually stopped doing it though, didn't they now? I don't know if
My name was in there when I had my my first house. My name was in there. My Uncle Ralph saw it, called me up. Steve, you got to pay your water bill.
I don't know if gas is going up or not, but I hope not. I mean, everything else is fucking going up.
Dude, when I my last house, right? I never ever a high gas bill for me was $85.
Yeah,
$85 was high. That was peak winter, freezing cold outside. 1 month of $85.
Right.
Now the house was probably half the size of this house, but just figure double it, right? I have 2 whole systems, you know what I mean? One for. And dude, my gas bill now is $400 plus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should probably look into that.
I try. They're just meh. Yeah, that's just what it is. They have no explanation.
No, something's wrong.
There's no competitor. Well, I've talked to people about it, and I seem to be in line with.
Really, with a lot of other people. I haven't. I got to talk to my wife. I haven't seen the gas bill.
I must run a lot of gas. I mean, I guess more stuff. I had more electric stuff at the other house, so more stuff runs on gas here. But I mean, that's a big fucking nut,
That's a huge jump.
Yeah,
that's a huge jump.
Yeah,
especially in the summertime.
Yeah,
because really all you're running your gas off right now is stove.
Shout out to natural gas.
Yeah,
probably cheaper at propane, honestly. I'm about to just get a fucking fireplace and just say fuck all you fucking people.
I know people get them big propane tanks.
I'm an Amish bitch up.
I know. I can't wait to move. I want to get off the grid. If there's any way to do it,
I can't.
Probably shouldn't say it on camera. Is there any way to do it? I want to get off the fucking grid. Fuck these people.
You couldn't do it. You'd last 2 weeks.
I would.
You'd be
hit the grocery store.
I'm back, baby. Yeah. It's my phone.
Right.
The toilet don't flush. Should we just watch this one more time?
Should we go? Before we go.
Water. Stay hydrated.
Just remember.
Water. Water's 8 canteens a day. I think I'm hydrated, and then I try to drink a gallon at night.
Yeah.
Hydrate yourself and go to fucking work.
Whole canteen for every hour. Water 332.
The best statement ever.
Water. If you're not drinking water, you're wrong. Drink just water, and that's just to stay minimally hydrated.
Yeah.
That's great. That is great. On that note right there, thank you for tuning in. This is Two in a Blue.
Yeah.
Please, YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. Click that little like button. Go on all our platforms. TikTok. What else are we on? We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Hit the platforms. Give us a like and follow. Subscribe on YouTube. Leave in the comments what you want to see. Do our challenge. Get out there. We thank you all for the support.
Don't forget to check out the interview.
That's right.
Coming up is Anthony Coia, Superintendent of Paving.
AC.
Yeah. Very
man.
cool. Very cool interview, yeah.
Good. So yeah, check it out, man. Don't forget we drop the episodes on Sunday, so
yeah.
Stay tuned.
Thank you guys. See you later. A very special guest, my very good friend, Superintendent of Asphalt, Anthony "The Bean" Coia.
What's up, Stevie?
What's up, dude? Thanks for hanging out.
No problem.
All right, so most of the time, all of our other interviews have been with, laborers. We had iron worker, operators. So I was really looking forward to talking to you because I think you offer a unique perspective, different than what we've, seen so far as coming in, talking as a supervisor rather than someone who's in the field all the time. You yourself have worked for the biggest contractor in the state of New Jersey, one of the biggest contractors in the state of New Jersey. Hundreds and hundreds of employees, fair to say?
Oh, yeah.
Thousands?
I don't know about thousands. Definitely a couple hundred.
Now you work for a relatively smaller company, between 50 and 100 employees.
Yeah.
Right? What do you like? What's the advantages of working for like a larger contractor, and what are some of the advantages of working for a smaller contractor?
The advantages of working for a larger contractor, I would say, other than just, they had all the machinery, any of the tools, like they had a crazy small tool shop, like anything we would need out in the field, like was readily available, as opposed to the smaller. It's kind of, the stuff could be a little more beat up. It takes longer to get stuff. We don't have stuff just sitting in our yard. But as far as like the overall experience, like I much prefer the smaller to larger, just because, it's really hard to be for the guys at a big company. Because it's such a machine. The payroll's so gigantic. Like you just got to keep, all they care about is that bottom line. And they don't, I don't want to say they don't care about the guys, but the dollar wins out every time. Whereas opposed to now, like we're able to, I can take care of the guys a little bit better, because it's also it's different because I'm a union supervisor, not a non-union supervisor. Right. Which the other company had a lot of non-union guys, which is kind of always a little bit of a conflict. Because I have a little bit more of, the whole brotherhood aspect or whatever else. Like I worry about the guys doing good. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the biggest difference, I would say, between smaller and larger. Just you could actually, maintain relationships with the entire workforce. Like at the other place, I didn't, know probably 70% of the guys. Mm-hmm. Like I could handle my crew, but that was it.
Is it easier to operate as a supervisor with on a larger scale with a larger contractor? Like does a call out mean as much when you're working for a huge contractor like that with just a surplus of labor? Or like, you know what I'm saying?
Explain more.
So if someone calls out at the company you're at now, right? 6 o'clock in the morning, someone calls out, they're the mill operator. Oh fuck. When you're at a really large company like that, is it easier to kind of like deal with things that come up, like that human error aspect of it?
No, because it's all scaled. Even at the big company, everyone's spoken for. So if someone calls out the morning of, there's not just a guy sitting around like waiting to take a spot. Mm-hmm. So it's it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Is it easier with the do you notice any difference with like the union hall, like as far as like getting guys out faster, better? Like, do you have more pull with a bigger contractor?
No. I think I've gotten better guys since I've been back at the company I'm at now. You know awesome. What I mean? Yeah. So I think it's kind of just luck of the draw, or just, I know, the unions are doing a little bit of a better job getting guys in and trained, especially the operators. Like the operators have gotten like light years better. It used to be you would call a guy and it was a 90% chance like they would not be very good. Yeah. Now we've had a string of getting a couple good guys in a row that we've been able to keep around. So
yeah. So you're known as kind of like the like you were saying, you take care of the guys. That's kind of like a lot of people know you as like the someone they could go to. You problem solve for people. You do like conflict resolution with between employees and foremen, employees and employees in the office. Is that like wear on you, or is that something you enjoy doing?
Nah, it's part of in my opinion, it's part of the job. When I was a laborer on a crew, on a paving crew, whatever, like I always appreciated a boss who cared, who went it's always easy just to say, screw it, like let's leave this guy home, or screw it, let's fire this guy, or end it and then you don't got to think any more about it. You know what I mean? But I've learned that in the long term, if you take that little bit of extra time to just be decent, you know, it might be a little bit harder, but in the long run, it makes the company so much better, and my life is overall easier because the guys are good, the guys are happy, they're productive. We go to work every day, and it's not like it doesn't suck. Like it's been 95 degrees out all week, and we've been paving 3,000 tons a day out on Tilton Road.
Yeah.
And everyone's been cool. Everyone's been happy. Like, it hasn't been just like, you know, that just, you know, I don't even know what you would call it, just the rat race, just being tortured, being at work.
Yeah, so culture, I agree with you. I think culture is a huge part of anything you're doing, right? Like, whether it's work or even, like, family life or anything, like, getting along with the people that you're interacting with all the time is extremely valuable. Do you make decisions on like personnel based on that ideal? Like this person would work better with this foreman.
Not as much, really. It's kind of just if you set the tone. Like obviously, you know, this same company in the past was a horrible company to work for. The culture was shot. Yeah. It was all screaming and hollering and belittling people. We couldn't keep any of the same guys. The crews were different, not every year, every couple months. Like because of the lack of continuity, you know, the work suffered. No engineers liked us. No inspectors liked us. Like it was awful. Yeah. You know, and eventually I left to go to that bigger company for a couple of years because I got to the point where I couldn't even stand waking up in the morning to go to work. Yeah. You know, and the bottom line is, if you foster that good culture, it kind of just permeates throughout the company. And then you catch a guy every now and again who just sucks. Like there's some, like no matter, I mean, I've run into guys where no matter how accommodating I try to be, no matter how much I try to like make them fit, like they're just, I don't know if they're narcissists or what the deal is. Like I've had to learn that sometimes you just can't fix certain things, you know, and that's the times where you just have to let that person, you know, be on their way. Yeah. But for the most part, once you have the good atmosphere, like we could put anyone with anyone and it's no problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which that's the kind of company I want to be involved with, where you're not having to worry about this one can't be with this one can't be with that. Like that's no way to, you know, try and run a business.
Yeah. I can speak to that too. I mean, it does have like a family feel to it. I think that's important. I mean, it's definitely been the best contractor I've ever worked for. Just like going to work every day, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've heard that from, you know, multiple people, even the unions, even the relationship, like you were talking about getting guys out of the union. This same contractor used to be horrible because no one wanted to come work for us because it sucked. Yeah. Now, it's a place that people strive to get at because we get stuff done, but at the same time, like, we're not trying to kill nobody. And no one's sitting there screaming at you. We're all grown-ass men, you know what I mean? There's no, if I need to be fucking screaming and hollering at you, like it's a layoff. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's no reason to make anyone feel like it's stupid. It's silly. That's like fucking high school shit.
Yeah. It's gotta be stressful, huh? Doing like
it's different. It's
different stressors.
It's a different kind of stress. Yeah. I mean, work for everyone is stressful, you know, whether it's physically or mentally. Like it's just once you get used to it and you get comfortable in it, like it's just, I don't know, you learn to it's a job. Ultimately, and I love my job and I like the guys I work with, but it's a means to an end. It's to, you know, feed my family. And when push comes to shove, I've learned over the years, like, not to take the work home with me as much. You know, you got to take the phone calls and whatever else, but for the most part, I'm not going home at night sitting on my couch playing with my kids thinking about, oh shit, we're doing this tomorrow, it's set, it's good, and I think that just comes along with, you know, just experience, years being in it.
Yeah, just knowing you can, like, whatever comes your way, you can kind of handle it. Doesn't, you know.
Pretty much, yeah, trial and error.
Yeah, I hear you. So, we have like a little segment called "What's the dumbest thing you've seen this week?" So I'm going to ask you, what's the dumbest thing you've seen this week or this year? Or
the dumbest thing I've seen this week. I mean, I think the dumbest thing I've ever seen on a construction site was I had an operator, and this is when I was running a punch list crew. He was normally like a buggy operator, and he'd run the roller sometimes. But most machines, when you go to run them, you got to idle them up. and then you can run them. You know, I mean, to their full capacity, to their operating capacity. You know.
Yeah.
So on this specific day in Northfield, this guy was going to be on a backhoe, and he wasn't the best operator in the world. And he got in the backhoe, and I just said, and this was back in the heyday of when laborers used to get on machines where we were at.
Yeah.
So I had a working knowledge of a backhoe, you know. So I go, buddy, have you ever run a backhoe? Like, are you good? Which is just kind of, you know, semantics. Like, I just assumed he was because he was an operator.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I'm good. I said, okay. So I go down the street to start, you know, giving the little toolbox talk, like what we're going to be doing. And I see this dude just absolutely, like driving down the street, but so insanely erratically that he's almost going up in people's front lawns. And he's flying. So I drive up to him. I'm like, and I almost immediately knew what it was. So on the backhoes, obviously, when you turn around to dig, or maybe not obviously, but on a backhoe, when you're just operating the front bucket or driving around, you don't throttle it up. There's a throttle in the back of the machine so you could dig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get more power. So this guy, just I guess with that lacking knowledge of the backhoe, throttled the machine up and just was driving around just full, like just completely ripping. And you have no control like that. Like the machine is just surging, it's going nuts. And I'm watching this dude just fly around the job site. I was like, dude, that was pretty nuts. And then there was also a time I watched a guy roll a little roller 2 times in one day, trying to roll DGA in the shoulder of a road in Springfield. Like, you know, sometimes it has a steep drop off and you would just split the drum, just trying to get it semi-compacted. This dude was just going fucking all in, and he was just getting rid of the DGA, and it gave out, and he fucking tipped it over, and he didn't get hurt. Get the chain, lift the roller back up, roller still operational. Like an hour later, he did the same thing. I was like, dude, like this guy's fucking fucked up. Like, I don't know. Like, it's I mean, over the years, I mean, shit like that. Like, those are 2 things that are, and both of those things happen, you know, in excess of, you know, it was like 8-9 years ago, and they still stick with me to this day because they were like, it's not a normal occurrence.
Speaking of excess of 8 or 9 years ago, you were on the job on the bypass. Remember we were doing the Mount Holly bypass?
Yeah, on 541.
And we just like set out a detour that was not approved. Like we were paving a ramp and we put a detour out that was not approved that sent it closed the ramp and it sent traffic straight to the light to make a 90-degree turn onto the bypass.
Yes.
Yeah. And the support for the traffic light was like
it overhung.
It was like 12 foot.
Yeah.
And a tractor trailer came, made the turn, knocked the light post or knocked the traffic light right out of the thing, fell over, stopped the job, wait for Atlantic City Electric. They come, fix it, put it up, keep the detour.
Yeah, and happened again.
It happened again immediately, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, this happened. I remember driving up to it the second time. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
No, back then, just because of the lack of preparation, like stuff like that was commonplace. Like, just it was fucking nuts. I mean, thinking back on it now, because we came up in a culture where like the safety of it didn't really matter.
Oh, Cowboys, dude.
It was crazy. I remember paving in Maple Shade, Camden Avenue.
No cones.
We had done the road because we were jerk offs. We put joints in the wheel pass, so we had to do like 700 tons worth of repairs. And the guy who was on safety, you remember it?
Yeah.
He had been working like 24/7 for days in a row, and he fell asleep, and we outpaved the cones, and we just kept going. I was raking, and the traffic's just kind of just like, what the fuck? And the cop rolled up. And said to the guy on the paver who was the owner, like, it just went nuts. What the fuck are you doing? It's not even closed. There's no cops even down here. And the owner just said, well, I thought I was going better without you guys. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
That was like a main road, too. That wasn't even.
Oh, that was
it wasn't a side street.
No, that was down
the road.
That was the downtown Maple Shade. Yeah, and thinking back, it's just, you know, nowadays I understand the importance of safety, and that everyone going home to their families is sometimes outweighs production. Especially, I mean, you're talking about doing stuff right. It's a lot about preparation, and then also like if you have to take an extra 20 minutes,
it doesn't take long
to make
usually.
the pattern how it's supposed to be. it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But back then, you know, it felt like because we were conditioned that way, it felt like it was the end all be all.
Yeah. So what else is up, man? What do you like your hobbies?
Now,
Yeah.
nothing. Literally, nah. Watching some TV shows.
Yeah.
That's you know how it is with the kids. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the like, I don't know. All you guys golf, and I've considered it, but it's a lot of time.
It's not.
It's a fair amount of time.
It's not that much time at all.
It's a couple hours.
It's a couple hours, but you can go once a month. You don't have to golf like. You can golf.
If I'm gonna golf, I want to be better than.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know.
He'd be crushed.
I don't. You have really good flexibility in your shoulders. You'd probably be able to hit the ball straight as a fucking
I would go
arrow.
golf just to watch Garrett golf.
He did pretty good last time.
I'm sure he does. I just want to watch him.
Garrett is gets obsessive compulsive about anything he's not good at. Like, I would talk to him at 6 o'clock at night. He's like, I just got off the driving range after a day of work in his bark boots and shit. I'm like, bro, what? He's got this mix of clubs you wouldn't believe. There's a Wilson here, a Max Fly there. He's got a fucking, I don't know, a Titleist something. He don't even know what the I'm like, dude, you got to get a set, right? You got to get one set and get used to your clubs.
I'm surprised he hasn't just fabricated his own set.
He's getting good. He actually corrected my fucking slice somehow. I think he golfed a total of 3 times total, but he watches YouTube. He's obsessive compulsive about it. He goes to the driving range all the time, and he saw I didn't have my front arm he told me to twist it in a little bit, and it fucking
worked.
It worked? Dude. Yeah, I was like, dude, you're a genius now.
You know, a lot of the guys we work with, it's you get some side work going. You know, that's been one of the hardest things. Being in a supervisory role, obviously the actual physical toll is less. I work when I have to. When the guys are short on the paving crew, I'll go run the board or run the sensor or do whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not working every day. Mm-hmm. But as far as I just got to be at work longer, because I have to be on the job, and then I have to go in the office and talk about the schedule or the upcoming work, and I just don't have the motivation on the weekend.
It's hard, dude.
To just
it's so hard
do
to
something else.
That's the thing with the seal coating is you have to do it.
Well, anything you have to do.
I mean,
it. That's the whole problem.
But you can't do it from your phone. You can't manage it. You have to
Well, no, you're never going to make any money.
Yeah, you have to operate something like
that.
Yeah,
you're not going to get there's no construction you can do where you're going to make passive income unless you just have so much money to invest.
Yeah.
And you can have people do it and know that at some point 5 years down the road you're going to recoup your investment and start making money. Mm-hmm. But I don't know many guys in that type of situation where they just have, a couple $100,000 to shell out to get something going, and then they just sit idle and let guys work, Yeah. And then if it tanks, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. That mailbox, dude, good thing that wasn't a person today. I think I hit multiple times.
So there was a lady this week at the corner of the road that our plant is located on that was flashing, pulling her dress up for all the drivers. I guess she was under the influence. And the fuel truck driver, Malik, she actually jumped in the road, and he had to lock him up.
No way.
Oh, yeah. So that was something. That was not, I guess, stupid. That was
That's dumb.
Crazy occurrence.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in the scale house with Joe, and every driver came in and just kept talking about this lady. I think the cops finally came and got her.
And then Malik came in what the
Malik's
fuck?
I was just fucking I was pancaked this bitch.
You probably heard on the radio, too. They're like, oh, this girl's flashing everyone. He's probably all excited that she just jumps in the
Surprise.
Oh, man. I wonder if it's... Dude, we were working right down the road from the plant. And I was driving back to the yard to get signs or whatever. I don't know what I was getting something for the job. And, dude, this girl... who looked like a ghost, was wearing a nightgown, and she did not look well, and she was walking, and I was
it's probably her.
And I stopped, and I was like, do you need a ride?
And she just pulled her nightgown up.
I was gonna put her in a basket. I was gonna put her in a basket. I was gonna let her in the truck, And then she was just like, "No, I'm fine, thank you." And I'm like, "You're all right."
That was definitely it. Had to
They
be
had
her.
to be. She's like the ghost of Weymouth Road.
The gross. Yeah, I don't.
She might not even be real.
I've never seen her.
Yeah, bizarre.
Now I'm
dude.
gonna be looking for her.
You
but-
just drive at like 2 a.m. Don't find
Nah,
her.
it's middle of the day.
She'll be walking back from like Camden.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
Just like no.
She's just fucking. She's just hanging out in the corner.
Oh, poor Malik, dude. Good
Yeah.
thing you missed her.
If someone jumps out in front of you and you fucking pancake them,
That's right in front of.
I guess it's on them. It's on the corner, right?
Yeah, it's right in front of like the mechanic shop. There's got to be cameras all over there. The mechanic's probably just having a place.
He's just
I got my
wag-
truck in there right now, dude. That's why my fucking air conditioner's not fixed yet.
What truck do you have in there?
My personal truck, my Tacoma.
At Bruno's?
No, it's
Is
at
that the name of
Mario's. Mario's.
Huh.
Dude, I paid this truck off. I made like, I still owed like 2 years, but we got the 4Runner, so I didn't want 2 payments. So I paid the truck off. Dude, 3 days later, I take Steven to Bagliani's. He's like, "I don't want to go in your truck. It's hot." I was like, "All right, dude, it's fine, bro." So we go in, the air conditioner's on, we go to Bags, right? We go inside. I'm like, "We'll leave the truck on, let the air go, and we come back in, it'll be like an ice box." He's like, "All right, yeah, we'll do that." So we go inside, I forgot the truck was even on. We come back outside, and we're walking, and I smell something. I'm like, "Man, that fucking stinks, dude." And the closer I get to my truck, the more it smells.
Oh, God.
God damn. I opened the door, it was like maybe 250 degrees inside the truck. I was like, "Dude, we're gonna have to put the windows down, buddy. This is fucking bad, dude." And I put the windows down, and he's like, "I hate your truck." I was like,
Yeah, I was gonna
"Dude,
say, I'm
it's
sure
not-
he was super
it's the air
bummed.
conditioner. It's not normal.
You ruined his day.
Yeah. So then I had to take it over there, and I was like, now he can't fix it because he's just looking at this fucking junkie flashing everyone all day.
Yeah. Listen, I'm fucking busy. All right. There's a lot going on
He's got
around
a
here.
martini, dude.
I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, tomorrow. That's what he keeps saying. Whatever.
Yeah, man.
What do I gotta beg people for? Please follow us. Please subscribe. Please. I'm begging you.
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
on
Leave
YouTube.
a thumbs up.
YouTube. You gotta go to YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, look right underneath you. Right underneath of me.
Where else do you watch it?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
How many subscribers do you have?
37. We're trying to get to 50 at the end of this episode. So please, all you got to do, hit subscribe. That's it. Done.
I'll make all the guys
And then we'll
subscribe.
ask you for something else next week. That's the
You gotta have Hutch on. I feel like you have Hutch on, this thing will take off.
No one even knows Hutch.
Listen, you guys are gonna meet Hutch, and you're gonna fucking hate him. But yeah,
He'll be stoned the whole time.
yeah, bring him on.
Okay.
And let him complain about paving.
All right, well, that wraps it up. Thank you again.
Yeah, I
appreciate
think
you coming
we
on.
did say goodbye
We did
once
say
already.
goodbye once.
This is the final
Some
goodbye.
will get caught.
I do have to go home. It's gonna be
Yeah.
hot out again tomorrow,
Yeah, it's gonna-
and we're gonna be
yeah.
out there early.
All right.
All right.
Deuces.